Pardon my boldness. I speak of this fantastic representation of a Dominican vocation. Pardon my boldness to dare to speak of her. When Catherine began her letters, very often she began them with "Pardon my boldness." And when she said, "Pardon my boldness," by God, you were in for a sermon or two about what the reality and the needs of the world and the church were. Would that we had a Catherine of Siena in the turmoil and the tumult of our world today. Or can we be Catherines? Can we be Dominicans in the way that Catherine was? Catherine was called from an early age to a life of deep contemplation, an extraordinary grace that was given to her of a oneness with the Lord, of a deep encounter with the Lord. And then from that deep encounter, she was called to a true Dominican vocation, to come out from that deep contemplation to service through presence with other people. And so she had an extraordinary service, particularly of the sick and the poor. And it said of her that while she didn't bring, perhaps by her presence, physical healing or miraculous healing, her presence in the midst of the suffering of other people was something that brought the experience of the love of God and the redemption of his mercy in the midst of suffering, in the midst of poverty, in the midst of challenge. Pardon my boldness. In the midst of difficulty, she made sense by bringing the love of God, of which she had a great experience through her contemplation, and was at the very heart of her preaching ministry, bringing the presence, bringing the fruit of her contemplation, and bringing the richness of a fruit salad, as it were, of different aspects of what she contemplated and what she held very close in her heart and what she experienced. And that love that she experienced genuinely in her contemplation was the joy that she was able to bring into the midst of the world, into the midst of the church, into the midst of the lives of those that she shared her contemplation with. And so she changed the world for those people, and that's why we recall her and are inspired by her. That we could pray for the grace of a deeper understanding of the presence of God in our lives, that a deeper experience of the presence of God in our lives, for a richer contemplation, and in savoring the experience of that, to bring those fruits to those to whom we are sent, so that they can experience by our presence not perhaps something extraordinary and miraculous, but that the presence of God in the midst of our world would be something, an extraordinary reality that is just ordinary for us every day, and that we could bring that joy to others. Isn't that a great gift to be privileged to do? Isn't that a great thing to ask the Lord in our contemplation to help us to bring that contemplation to the service of others?